Okay, lesson 51. So we're at the review period. We made it. Great job. So we're reviewing the first 50 ideas because for the next 10 days, we'll review 5 lessons a day. So we're right at the beginning and she's waking up. Oh, are you shy? So each day we are to read all 5 lessons and the commentary. And then throughout the day, the best we can, spend 2 minutes with each of the lessons, one at a time. And I like how it says, if any one idea appeals to you, focus on that one. So I love the flexibility and I love going back. And I really liked what it said. Oh, you've got the block. I'm gonna show it up. Hello. She's feeling much better. Yay. Hi, you got the block. Doing it. Aw. Yeah, her gums are a lot less red and you can start to see her teeth again. Okay, so what I liked was it said, it's saying preferably be in a quiet place alone as you're practicing. Yet, it says, it is necessary, however, that you learn how to require no special settings in which to apply what you've learned. You will need the lessons, most in situations which appear to be upsetting rather than in those which are already calm and quiet. So I love that. It's just like, yeah, it's nice to be meditative with the lessons, and ultimately we're learning how to pull them out of our back pocket when we really need them, which will not be in the quiet and the still. So I just liked that comment. And I love that it says, the purpose of your learning is to enable you to bring the quiet with you and to heal distress and turmoil. This is not done by avoiding them and seeking a haven of isolation. So when I read that this morning, it reminded me about how, we're choosing to be the householders. And I only know this term from studying Kundalini Yoga, that we're the householders and we're choosing to learn through relationship and responsibility and all that. So anyway, I liked that commentary. I thought it was like very spot on and down to earth. And reviewing the lessons for today, I really enjoyed. I had a couple things that came up today that when I was like, wait, what's the next lesson? And to see if it could help me. It was so cool. And mainly from these lessons, and really, I think the first 50, what's coming to me, and we all have our language for this. Some people call it the veil, like that there's a veil between reality and what we've imposed upon reality. But for me, it feels like all I can think of, it's not even really like cleaning an oven, but that there's a film that is getting kind of wedged. I'm wedging the awareness all around it, and it's getting like a big piece will be removed, because it just feels like ultimately for me, I get into trouble. Oops. When Justine is in this mood, is when I get in trouble. But I get into trouble when when I want things to be different, which said somewhere it said that. Oh wow. Oh, we're gentle with everybody. I know. She probably has to. She just woke up. You're never upset for the reason you think, honey. That's the 5th one. But for me, it just feels like I'm becoming aware of, mostly when my function is not aligned, that things don't go as well. So we all know this. I'm just repeating it. But this all coming together, being about Nothing I see means everything. I'm ascribing meaning. Basically, in this first section, it's like, I'm a confused person and please help me. Like, we get to the please help me. Please take this from me later. But the one example I have is that we just went to return a couple things to like Macy's or something. First of all, Macy's felt so overwhelming after being home for a whole week. Basically, I was like, there's so many friggin' shoes and bags. Like, I just was like, but even then, you know, that thought doesn't mean anything. I'm never upset or overwhelmed for the reason I think. And then my husband drove home and it was like, ooh, you're driving a little faster than I would. And then I could just see where it was like, stop looking at the speedometer, stop it. I'm not upset because he's driving faster than I would. You know, all those things. It's just like, these lessons are so classic and so helpful to break up the opinions and judgments that want to take over the moment. So I love that we're becoming masters at relaxing into the moment and, you know, letting Holy Spirit or Spirit show us the miracle that's available, the love we can hold. Yeah. So, you know, we're doing our thing. It's the same thing, but it's the most miraculous thing that we're doing is to see correctly. So we're back at the beginning. I hope you have fun with this. And then at the end of the evening, it's to read all 5 again in the commentary again and just kind of do a full review. So we'll do that later, but I kind of just did it. But I still have a few hours to practice, so I'm excited. Daddy's making dinner. He's a very good cook, better than me, really, but my thoughts don't mean anything. But also earlier, I had another opportunity to practice. I was helping out. I was working, really, and technology was a little off. But I was so at peace about it. And actually, it worked out fine. I just let it go and I told everybody, this is what's going on. Everybody was fine and it just felt like great. I didn't have a problem, so it wasn't... I didn't have to apply the lesson much. I will now. Oh, they're not used to seeing you grumpy grump. But it's all good. So rock out the first review. We've got 9 more to go. And then we'll be moving on to lesson 60. But let's do this review. Okay. Justine, would you like to close up the shop? Good girl. Boom. Oh, it's because I'm touching.